to all the countries, Israel, um, um, South Africa, Kenya, Nairobi, and Kenya specifically. Um, big up to Portugal, Ivory Coast. Big up to Nigeria. Big up to United States of America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Venezuela, Guyana, Jamaica, Bahamas, Martinique, Dominica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, South Africa. Um, Yafi, they're here. Yafi already knows the aliens are here. They're probably Israel as well. But look to the stars, Yafi. They came everywhere. I'll wait until we get to 500 North South. Then it's our family in Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Montreal, Quebec. Uh, um, big up to our island people in St. Kitts and Croix, Puerto Rico. Big up to our family, East Coast, New York, always represented because that's my home neck of the woods. Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, Long Island, Staten Island, Windsor, big up to Windsor, which is right across from Detroit. I told you I went there. Um, big up to the family in Mount Vernon, Yonkers. You don't say Yonkers, you say Jonkers. Jonkers, right? Let me get the video down. I gotta get my dog's favorite video right. This is my anti-radiation outfit. Many of you know we bought it for 2020 when they were bringing out the okay. Big up to our family in the South, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, of course, the Georgians. Big up to our family in Baltimore. Big up to our family in DC. Big up to our family, of course, in Jersey. That's got Jersey and Connecticut. Connecticut had sightings, y'all, so we gotta talk about the homegirls. One of our homegirls, thank you so much, Toya, who actually had contact, y'all, the day before the sighting. Big up to our family in Florida. Big up to our family in Texas. Big up to our family in California, the dog state. San Diego, LA, San Francisco. Big up to Vegas family. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We're almost at 500. Who else? Big up to our family in Maine, Vermont. Big up to our family in. I can't remember everything. This is exciting. All our family in the United States. Buffalo, New York. Let me get to 500. Can someone get the time frame? Manchester, England. Big up to our European family. Manchester, England in the house. Did you have a spot of tea? I love to just say that to you. There you go. Big up to our family in France, Spain, Italy. Of course, Scotland, Scotties, and of course Ireland. You know, you guys are like my favorites, right? Because you are like the buck wild children of Europe. I love our family from Ireland. No, don't hate, don't get mad. She's like, don't you like the French? Because you're French. Ireland got it on fleek, y'all. If you want some road dogs that can fight, that will stand up for everything that's righteous, that are not afraid of governmental officials, you gotta rock with the Irish. That's why they were killing out the Irish when they came to the country. Because the Irish are buck wild. I love the Irish. Big up to the Irish. Ireland in the house. Shannon and Dublin. And then all the other. Big up to Australia. Australia, I gotta talk to my Australian family. They're going through it.
Hi,
Big
Wayne.
up to New Zealand. In the motherfucking house.
New
Big up to
Zealand
Bahamas.
in the house. Nasir, good day. India in the house.
Oi, hey, Brazil is in the house. Bom dia, tudo bem. Tudo bem. Alright, y'all. We're almost at 500. I'm gonna start. I have my anti-radiation outfit. There's a lot of radiation. I suggest you guys prepare. You better get your radiation pills on. They're here. I'll start at exactly 500.
I'm doing good.
Mark the time when we go, y'all. I'm really excited. For me to come on my birthday is because I didn't do it yesterday because I was busy. But at least it's in the house. Nashville, Tennessee, you got some things going on. And
Where is everyone
the
from?
radiation is here, y'all. So if you're not feeling well, the coughing and stuff is all big. It's cap, y'all. Pneumonia is cap. It's because of the radiation. They're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you, y'all. So I'm telling you. Thank you for my words.
I'm watching this alien follower.
But this is serious business. The birthdays don't matter anymore because they are here. Oh, we're at the 5. Okay, so can someone mark money and rubber? And can someone mark the time right now so everyone knows when we're starting? All right, y'all. East to the east, west, north, and south. This is River. Coming to you today with my Darth Vader putting an outfit on. Okay, I know it's very dramatic. Okay. All right, y'all. Supposedly on the 3rd of December, many of you were waiting for huge sightings. And what was interesting about that is that we were getting sightings the day before and the week before. Was it like a week and a half? When was Halloween?
Just checking in to say hi. See how everyone's doing. I told you I come live every day.
They let me know that they were coming to basically clean up shop. Now, do know that during this time, within the week afterwards, I didn't realize there was some sort of bot prediction, which was right on point. Because until you hear one aspect of something or until you know, you don't put it together with the other aspect. So because I had the bot prediction of...
Oh, but you're in New Zealand.
There was supposed to be a prediction that a gentleman had some sort of AI bot that predicted when an alien invasion would have, and it said at 39 days, if Al Roken interviewed, I think it said the president, I don't think it said Donald Trump, it said the president, then 39 days after there would be an invasion. Well, y'all, it's kicked off before then. And we gotta be careful using words like invasion, because for some of us, this is the squad. You know what I mean?
Who believes in aliens?
Every different being has a different position.
And who's your president in New Zealand? Do you all have presidents in New Zealand?
What star system some of us come from, what we relate to. So, what is an invasion to one?
Do you have presidents in New Zealand? I asked a question. Oh, no president. Oh, I gotta do some research on that.
Is most likely the beings that came previously, which the government was afraid of, and they said they were going to return. Could it be the group that came with Togo originally, the so-called Black Jesus? Maybe. But they are here. Now, in my thumbprint, you'll see an image of what happened for me on December 3rd and all of the activity that I'll share tonight that happened in my house that the night before and the night of. My dogs are going bonkers. So for many of you who are having contact or had the beings show up, your animals were already going crazy. Pay attention, like if your cats were meowing a lot, if your dogs were barking for no reason. My dogs were on, they were on 10 for the last 3 days, and they're still doing it. So the beings have landed. You're going to see a picture in the thumbnail. Tonight you see the video. I couldn't do it here. I'd have to do, I'm not technical. Maybe I'll upload the video. Maybe my daughter.
Oh,
don't forgive me, okay?
a prime minister. How nice.
So,
that sounds nice.
I did record I don't know if you saw the movie War of the Worlds, the original movie, the second one, I think with Keanu Reeves.
That definitely sounds nice. A prime minister.
Like a big, what do you call it? Like a big wave. Well, they came in exactly in the rising wall. All night.
Happy Earth Day.
My doors were flying open. My drink, had drink catchers outside and these chimes. The chimes, we had this huge mega windstorm. It sounded like a tornado. I tape the rising and I tape what happened in the rising. So I'm definitely gonna play it for the Zoomies tonight. I'll try to upload it for y'all. We're not gonna be on Zoom tonight. The dogs, the cats, all the animals are feeling it. All the Tom Cruise, thank you. Chosen this for Tom Cruise, the one with that. And our sea stars, while we're on Zoom, we're having full-on contact for the last 3 days. She had she had contact with seeing them first, and then they actually visited her with light beams, purple lights. And this is Toya. This is Toya from our group, who's a zombie. She actually had contact, and
Oh,
also
okay.
Lakeisha. Big up to our Connecticut. Anyone who's from Connecticut, you guys were getting contact. So Connecticut, the two ladies, Toya was first, Lakeisha was the second. They actually witnessed the actual ships, okay? And Toya had actually contact. Y'all, they are here. They've been here for quite a few days. I think when I got the call, they were already here. Remember, I had the tapping on the window. They have landed. A lot of the ships are cloaked. They're all over the city. They basically sent down their drones, which are considered to be the scouts. The scouts are landing, and they're wearing white people suits. I say white, not lunars. Because lunars, you're regular people. These are not real people. Okay? And the assassinations, I personally think, of Rockefeller in his house in California, and of the gentleman, the CEO, I think are linked to these beings. Okay, this is just my take. I could be wrong. But
Thank you, Wayne.
also with Japan locking down, I mean not Japan, South Korea locking down is because they didn't want the people to see what was outside. So they put them on martial law on December the 3rd. Because they didn't want them outside because beings were jumping out of the ships, the drones were coming down. The drones were like the size of buses and big cars, okay? So many of you saw them. They were in Texas, they were in Arizona, they were over in Iran, they were over in France, they were over in New York and New Jersey, you got it, Connecticut. They were over DC, they were over, where's the DC, Connecticut, Jersey. Jersey, you guys had a whole bunch of issues. Big up to our Jerseyites who actually captured some of the imagery. They're calling them drones. They're not drones, y'all. Those are scouts. They're drones. Well, they're being dispersed from the motherships. The big, huge mothership that's above us, that's been here. That's why we have a lot of radiation. I know I'm talking. Am I talking too fast, y'all? I'm sorry. Let me slow down. I'm excited. I know I get excited. I'm a little nerdy. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. I don't want to be so dramatic. Okay, I'll calm down. Hold on. I'm so froggy. I know. I feel like I need my lily pad to like de-escalate, okay? I'm keeping my radiation
Hi, Scoot.
Star Wars outfit on. Many of you know I bought this radiation outfit when we had a lot of radiation with them putting them all over with the 5G towers and the satellites. So I have this outfit. It's wonderful, and they actually got rid of the company, the bastards. Okay. So let me take a moment. All right. So, we had sightings for the last 5 days. Last week 2 weeks ago when I got contacted.
So what if we have aliens coming? What are we doing about it? Are they good for us?
People, not lunars. Lunars are real people. Lunars are the people that we know that are what you perceive as white, melanated as brown people. When I say white people, I'm talking about the suits. They're wearing skin suits. The gentleman who did the assassination of the CEO, this is what I was identifying, I was looking at his face. He's wearing a face suit. They're coming down here wearing lunar face suits. It's the ones that are actually landing.
Yeah, I believe they're. I like praying mantises. I believe they're just mini praying mantises that have always been here.
They're wearing suits, and underneath the suits, they're black extraterrestrials. Watch the movie Under the Skin when Scarlett Johansson's suit gets ripped. She looked like a lunar woman, a little thicker, because remember, the suit kind of makes you thicker. And underneath the suit, she was a black extraterrestrial.
Like my ears?
Okay? You gotta watch that movie, okay? Right now, they've landed. The scouts, which you were seeing as drones, the government in South Korea already put their people on it. They wanted to put them in the house because they did not want them to witness any of the beings that were landing. They're everywhere, y'all. The entire planet will be considered to be under the firmament. They're here. And all you're gonna see is our Willy Wonka systems, our governmental systems are gonna set up false flags and all these psyops. You have to be careful. So anything like when the Times, no, it wasn't the Times, it was the Daily, what was it, the New York Post. Remember when the New York Post put
Who
negative
believes
in our
in
community? The New
aliens?
York Post said, oh, UFOs and so on. They're trying to distract you. They're going to make you think it's something else because they don't want you to know what's really here. They're shaking in their boots. A lot of the beings that are being assassinated are the first ones. I don't know what kind of agreement or kind of thing they did, but they're being taken out first. I know the Rothschild that was taken out, in my opinion, he was taken out by these beings that are now here. Okay?
Scoot, are
Let me
you
say this.
in like India, or where are the
So,
cattle
what's this story?
mutilations?
You
Where are
can all
they?
out the shenanigans today. Let me explain something. I am sober. I'm not drinking. I don't do drugs. I am pretty clean eating. I might have a little bit of sweets tonight for my birthday, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm sane. I have not been locked in a insane asylum yet, unless Willy Wonka comes for me. I don't know if it's unsure. Okay? I have been contacting from birth, from a child, from a baby. Okay? So I put this on there, so I just say, you have to have the UV lights outside. My UV lights have been up since
Okay.
I told you what was most likely going to be the case.
Okay,
Outside
Scoot.
the houses. For
How
some
old are
reason,
you,
it didn't
Scoot?
turn. Okay? So I just would suggest you do that. It's almost like marking your house as like don't touch. Okay? Stay away from the house. Thank you for my birthday wish. Thank you. Thank you for my solar return. Hear me? Don't stop. Get it. Like that. Do the rap. I want to rap. Okay. I'm trying to use it tonight.
Oh, Scoot, you're
Okay,
50.
so we had sightings. We had our sister that had a sighting, a first-hand sighting. Big up to Toya for my group. She had first-hand.
What do I want
she
for
had
Christmas,
confirmation.
Wayne?
It seems that they're
How nice
contacting
of
the
you to
sisters. The
ask.
women are being contacted, y'all. I think why they're
Thank
doing it is because
you.
they want to make sure they're staying away from. They're going to the purest to honor the plant. Now, some of you gentlemen say, "Well, I know a lot of women are not pure." I'm not talking about
I
all.
want a
I'm talking about
computer.
the few that
I
are.
need a computer.
Because some of you be like, the women are trash. I didn't say that, and so are men. But I'm saying there are few. But women have because we are born with portals between our legs. We have ability to bring forth life from all different dimensions. Because of that, and because of our ability to be the ones who first usher life onto this planet, they're generally, if one is healthy, they'll generally contact a female first. Okay, you won't hear that because most of the UFO community, most of the ET community is dominated by males and lunar males. Okay, so they are the ones who dominate that genre, that sector, and because they dominate it, they basically act as if they're the ones who get contact, and I'm calling tap on that. Okay. If you look at the contactees that are being contacted right now, it's mostly females. And it's never talked about because they don't want you to know that most of the intelligent life will go to the females first on the planet. Okay? So just letting you know. It doesn't matter if
Well,
they're
that's what
lunar,
I'm here
brown,
for.
Asian, they will contact the females first on the planet.
That's why I'm
And they're curious for
live.
it. That's why you hear sometimes very religious women talk about they having Jesus Christ moments. They think it's Jesus, they think it's the Holy Spirit, but it's really Krishna consciousness. It's really aliens. Don't tell them. They get a little hysterical when you say that to them. They're suffering from Stockholm syndrome. You can't really rationalize with them. And why would you need to contact someone who's suffering from Stockholm syndrome? Because a lot of them have a lot of purity. They aren't hurting other people. They aren't drinking. They're not doing drugs. They're not tatted up. Those are, fortunately, that's just what happens. When someone is really pure, it allows them to have more of a connection to source. That's why I tell everyone in here, right now, I give you the warning, stand down. Those people who have done harm to children, child trafficking, made agreements with nefarious Daros, those people are going to be taken out. People who think it's okay to shoot babies in the head, go into the Congo and act like they don't know what's going on. The Congo is also a byproduct of what's coming too. So I personally think, and let me say this before I go
This
off
is very controversial. I'm watching something I haven't
I'm
watched
not
in a
forgetting
very
about
long
Gaza
time.
or Israel, okay? Everybody prioritizes
I just
what
want to catch
matters,
up with her and see
okay?
what
So
she's really talking
please
about.
forgive me if you feel like I don't talk about Gaza or Israel enough. I talk about what is being hidden, okay? Gaza and Israel are on the front street all the time because they don't want you to know what's going on in Congo. Those people are actually the bloodline of who's coming in here. So they're trying to kill as many as possible. They just dispensed a bioweapon, a virus of mass destruction, and now people are getting sick. There's, I think it's 115 caught disease X already. So they're trying to get rid of the bloodline because they know who's coming in here. So they want to get rid of as many of them as possible. Okay? So
Okay, have a
when
good day
they
at
told me
work,
to look at
Wayne.
Israel and Gaza and Syria in the Middle East, it's because they want to divert your attention to what's going on in Yemen, in Congo, and Sudan, and Ethiopia.
Have a good day at work.
That's the bloodline of what's coming in here. Okay? So this is my opinion. That I don't know, and I don't want to make it seem like I know that, it's what I feel inside. I feel like that's why it's being held at a distance. No one's talking about the amount of deaths that are happening in the Congo. Nobody's talking about what's happening in Yemen or in Ethiopia. No one talked about the mass amount of assassinations happening in Sudan. These are the bloodlines of the beings I personally think that are here. So I think they're trying to get rid of as many as possible so that they don't have as much, maybe it has to do with power, or maybe it's like a last ditch effort to get rid of that bloodline, just to be facetious. I'm not sure. I don't
Thank
want
you,
to sound like
Wayne.
I would know. I feel that way because of what I'm seeing. So I'm just saying, pay attention, and for those who are from those blood lineages, just put a lot of your heart energy and bubble those people with your heart. Bubble them with your love. Bubble them with your protection because you share ancestry. Okay? Because right now, all those who have participated in doing harm to those beautiful people over there, they're about to get wrecked. And I personally think the whole thing that happened in California with the Rothschilds and the CEO are definitely connected to those forms of diabolical behavior. Okay? So let's talk about the UAPs, the UFOs. They're calling them drones. They're the size of a bus, y'all. Do you understand why, if your government is so strong and powerful, how are they unable to do anything about all these ships showing up in the sky? Why would you see 50 million drones and you don't see one jet shooting them down? Because they can't. They don't have the technology that these beings have. And they certainly are scared to start a straight on war. Now, I think the war has already began under the back way. I do think that there's a lot of things happening in the sky. That's why the chemtrails are on fleek right now. They're covering up the skies because they don't want you to see the sky wars. You know when they say Star Wars, it's sky wars right now. There's battles happening in the sky and in the water. Okay? So they're going to try to keep people away. Now, in South Korea, when they locked down South Korea, November the 3rd, on the same day, it was
Hi,
presumed that we would have the
Nathaniel.
invasion. Remember, the mothership, when it is hovering above the firmament, it covers almost the entirety of the globe. Let me explain this again. A mothership will cover the entirety of the globe, y'all. So what we perceive to be over here in the US doesn't matter in the scale of how huge this mothership is, and all those drones were released. Apparently, whatever is happening in South Korea, they certainly didn't want their citizens to see or witness it and be able to document or to maybe have some say about it. Okay? So I would just say pay attention to the behavior of your governments at the time. So South Korea, you need to pay attention to the things that are happening over there, what kind of things, who is actually invading the presidential office, the prime minister's office. Who are the ones who are on the ground? You gotta be careful because these beings are wearing skin suits. And
Thank
they're
you,
wearing
Matthew.
skin suits to deter you and for you to misidentify who's really there. So what you perceive to be a group, they're going to pretend to be that group. So just pay attention right now to governmental behavior because you're going to see the government acting in all kinds of sorts, and they're going to tell you one thing, and really it means a whole other thing. It means that there are beings here that they're trying to thwart and trying to do things so that they can kind of get away with whatever goals and agendas that they have.
I'm reading her comments.
Those drones, those scout ships.
Yeah, what I'm watching, I haven't figured out what I'm watching yet.
And they were covering some of them over nuclear sites.
Trying to figure it out.
So I know that the one I think in Texas was hovering over a nuclear site. I know that the one in Jersey was hovering over a nuclear site. How is it that they're saying we're crazy for being in the UFO community? They're saying we're crazy because we believe in aliens. But how does a whole government who doesn't even let you fly a freaking piece of firework on the wrong day without finding you or arresting you allow a huge car, a 50, what was it, like 13 to 50 car-sized drones in the sky, and not one airstrike happened? Not one jet came to intercept it. Not one helicopter came on the behalf to see what was going on.
Are they talking? I don't even watch that.
When they call us crazy and say that we're lunatics, how come your governments are acting like they don't know what time it is? So you're letting anything fly in the sky and you're not having any reaction to it, and you're not telling the public what that is. You're acting, and then you're having fake news reports acting as if it's a joke. It's not a joke. They comment for you. And all that you've done, you dark dastardly, diabolical bloodlines, they're making sure they are setting up shop, and there's going to be tons of assassinations. Under the guise that they're saying it's war, they may call it the Civil War, they may call it the World War III, but it's not a war, y'all. It's basically a takeover. Okay? So I want everyone to pay attention. The radiation is really high right now, everyone. So I want everyone to take care of their health. So that kind of ship and those kind of drones are emitting a certain frequency, a certain amount of radiation. Radionics in the sky is really high. You're gonna feel it in your body. So if you're starting to feel craziness in your body, a lot of you are having heart palpitations, the breathing, the so-called influenza, the pneumonia. Don't you know what the side effect of radiation is, y'all? I want you to look it up. If you think I'm crazy, if you think that I've lost my goddamn mind, go look at the side effects of radiation exposure. One of the things you're going to see is like fever and breathing and lung issues. Oh, but there's a whole freaking, there's a whole bunch of pneumonia going around. Oh, really? Oh, how convenient that there's a pneumonia outbreak, but at the same point, no one's testing how much radiation we're being exposed to. This is why I'm wearing my radiation outfit, y'all. Okay? I have my phone with my cover on it, with my radiation cover. Look, this. See this? That's my radiation cover for my phone. You, listen. There's so much radiation right now, I'm telling you, you're going to have to do stuff for your health. The dogs and animals are being really affected. Be careful with their health too, because they're being exposed to radiation, and it can cause the dogs to have seizures, cause your dogs to spaz out, have throat vomiting and diarrhea. Okay? Look at the exposure of radiation and tell me what the symptoms are. Okay? The outfit they're not making, they took out the company, y'all. The outfit that I have, which is made with silver lining, this is the biosuit. Many of you who know me for a while, big to everyone who's joined me before, who's been with me for a while. You remember I bought this for myself and my children when we were flying a lot because of all the radiation in the 5G towers in 2020. This company was called the biosuit. You can probably get it on eBay, maybe the used ones. Don't you know they took out the company? Because they don't want you to have safety with your body. So you may have to go to other companies and they're charging so much money. You need to have a radiation protection on your body. You cannot wear things that are with radon, with polyester, microplastics.
Hi, Jesse.
Metals, forget about it. Forget about it. You have to be careful with the metals you're exposed to right now. If you're taking in too much metal, please, I hope you're not eating with tinfoil.
My day is going good.
I hope you guys are smart enough to not use tinfoil to cook with or metals to cook with. I've already told you my suggestions. You can call me a Looney Tune or whatever, but for the past 18 to 20, it's my daughter. For over 18 years, I have not ever used a microwave. For over 17 years, I have stopped using all plastics to cook with and metals. I only cook with clay and glass or stone. Okay? I don't eat with metal forks. I don't mess with metal. Okay? It's important. Why someone says is because do you see what happens when you use microwaves in your house? Years ago, remember, I've been awake for a long time now. Many of you have been with me for a long time. You have to make sure you are avoiding as much metals as possible. Normally it's okay to have metals, but right now when we have so many radionics, all this rogue radionics in the sky, and all this radiation coming from the mothership, and all of these ships coming down here, I'm telling you, it's very important for you to keep as many metals out of you. I don't care if they used to be healthy metals. Now is not the time to have any metals inside of you. You got to do a chelation for the babies, your dogs, everybody as much as you can. Okay? Because these mother freakers on this planet, on this firmament, in this simulation have gone rogue. They've lost their God's darn minds, y'all. Oh, they've got plans, y'all. It's not true. Anything that they tell you on social media, anything that your governments are promoting on any of their sites, if the Times is reporting it, if the news, ABC, all the NBC boys are reporting it, it is a psyop. It is a distraction. They are liars. Everything they told us about space, everything they told us about aliens, all these alien so-called contactees, all these agencies are saying they're having conferences. A lot of them are ran by CIA ops. A lot of those conferences and all of those people who are saying that they were heading these UFO communities are all orchestrated and contracted by federal agencies like CIA and FBI. They set it up. And most of the people going to those conferences were actually contactees. These are people because you felt inside connected to certain other places. So you were drawn there. And what they use those platforms for, what they use those places, those conferences for,
Thank
is
you.
to document and to make sure that they have documents of who goes. Okay?
I'm watching this. I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together.
For some of you, it's an invasion. For some of us, it's help.
Help.
So depending on what position you are, with who you're aligned with who your beings,
Our ancestors are here to help us.
Have made contracts with, have made treaties with, that's the positioning you'll have inside with the beings that are come here. Most of you who would ever see these beings would always feel like some guilt and some fear because you know how you felt about a certain group of people on this planet, how they've been mistreated, especially melanated women. Melanated women, because of the andromenons, because of the beings I come from, they've been mistreated, mishandled, and the most trafficked and harvested organ-wise. And the beings, many of the beings look like us. So because if anyone ever got a chance to see these beings and knew where they came from and what they had the capability of doing and what kind of technology they had, many of you would probably kill yourselves because of the way you've mistreated and you've had these negative feelings. You don't think that social media purposefully makes women of color look dastardly? You don't think they have all these shows with like Cardi B, Dirty Red, Nicki Minaj's, all these people on the screen sexualizing us, making us look like monsters, making us look like we're ghetto trash? You don't think there's a reason they do that?
I
For
didn't.
all the people that say, oh, we know that the government is psyop, we know that they use more forms of MK Ultra, mind control programming, social engineering to make people think of a certain way. But how come everyone ignores how they totally treat brown people in the Americas? Like, why would you put brown people in America and make them look like all of the men are homosexual? Why would you make every man that's brown kiss another man on the screen? Why would you make like brown women look like they're only hoes and dirty bastards when that's not true? Because they want you to see us in a certain way so that you will be misaligned when the other ones come here. So that when the other ones come here, if they come in true form, it would put fear in you. It would make you not accept them because they make these beings look and they make us be perceived a certain way. So when the real extraterrestrials come in here, when the real beings come in here and they look like me, most of you would not be able to handle that. You would want to kill yourselves because of the way you treated people who look like me. And the way that you accepted the imagery and the dirty forms of disgusting behavior that they promoted and propagated with women of color. Look at even the movie that they just put out, Wicked. They made sure that the last movie that they put out right before Beings came here was to demonize and make us look disgusting. But enough about race, because race is not even real. The whole concept of race was a governmental psyop, social engineering program to make people hate each other and create coups and mistrust and vilify some people so that others would trust them. So when times like now come, when the soldiers are coming, when the melanated ETs are here, you would be fearful of us. You would be fearful of who's here because you've been conditioned your entire life, including brown people, to hate everything that looks like brown women. Isn't it a wonderful thing how your government has done such a great job? It is such a wonderful thing. That's how great and that's how successful they did it. They were so
Me
successful
here.
that
Good
when you go
day.
anywhere as a melanated person, people will follow you around the store, even if you have more money than 90% of the people in there. People will generally treat you like a savage, like an animal, like you're ghetto. They'll attach the word ghetto, even though it used to be attached to Jews. But now, how did the word ghetto get attached to black people, melanated people? Because it was a psyop. It was conditioning. It was years of putting that in the lexicon so that people perceive people who lived in the ghetto as now brown people. It's perfect. Actually, it's actually genius. It really worked wonderfully. But unfortunately, for those who are byproducts and victims of the social conditioning of your disgusting government, guess what? When the melanated women and men come off these ships, you will be in such disbelief, it will drive you crazy. That's why they're wearing white suits. That's why they're wearing lunar suits, because if you actually saw who they were, you would lose your goddamn mind. Brown people, Asian people, all the people who have been socially conditioned to think that we are animals on this planet. It is going to be amazingly just shocking. Shocking. Anyway, that's enough about that. Race is a construct, it's not even real. Complexions, you have animals that are all different complexions. You have dogs that are brown. You have cats that are brown. You have cats that are white. They're not looking at each other like, meow, meow. Oh my God, you're a black cat. Meow, meow, you're a striped cat. It's mental illness. They're actually social engineered us to be mentally ill, to be honest. That construct of complexion is crazy. I can share the same blood lineage.
Yeah, isn't your name Me Here? And let's see, where are you from?
It's mental illness.
I don't remember where you're from. Tell me where you're from again.
Because the conditioning that's purposefully being done is purposefully being propaganda, so that when you see the melanated ETs coming off these ships,
Italy. No, Italy?
They're wearing white suits. They know what time it is. Okay? That these are not beings that need to guess it. They're not unaware of our mental illness. They're not unaware of all the conditioning and anti-ultra and the nefarious propaganda that's been here. They've studied us. They've been here. The scouts, a lot of them live amongst us. Some of us are us. Some of them are us. So we report. Some of you go and report to them when you go to sleep at night. Some of you go back to your home ships and wake up out of your cryo state, and you make reports about what the human beings are doing down here and what the government's doing. Okay? So that being said, it's fine. Okay? I just mentioned it because I want our other people in here and brown people to be unafraid when you see what's coming off the ships for real. Okay? The ones that are not wearing white suits. Okay?
Oh, Italy. No, not Italy. India. Okay.
Am I crazy? Some? Yeah. You know how you know I'm crazy? Because I'm saying everything against what your government says to you, what your Willy Wonka says to you. I am absolutely insane. I am. You know how I'm insane? I'm insane to live on a planet that constantly shares information that is against the interests of its population.
Trinidad, Jesse, that's right.
Because I live on a planet with people who are constantly being fed lies and would sooner attack you for speaking truth. Because
oh, Trinidad, do you guys have like a prime minister or a president?
If they hear anything opposite of what's been propaganda to them their whole life. So yeah, I am crazy. I'm limited. And for that reason, if you are unable to hear this message without feeling a level of anxiety and fear, be so kind to unsubscribe. For your own peace of mind, for a crazy person, a melanated woman who's saying she's a contactee of aliens since she was at birth, and that she's coming from a different solar system, for that reason, you should definitely unsubscribe because you don't want to be crazy with me. Okay? That would hurt and harm you and your family. So I would actually not feel really bad if you took the nice, go to unsubscribe, click on the little unsubscribe and say, you know what? Unsubscribe and block me. So you would never have to hear another message from me again. Okay? That's what would make most of us happy. Okay? This message is for those who are ready for the shenanigans. These are for the people who've been waiting for this to happen so that we can stand up for ourselves and we have backing with us this time. These are for those who are in alignment for knowing that we're living somewhere where we're not the most intelligent, obviously, because if we're the most intelligent, we should really be fearful. Okay? Most of us been waiting our whole lives to be able to go to reset. We've lived many lives and reincarnations of every nationality, every color, every complexion, every religion, just for this time frame so that we have the opportunity to leave. So if this message is not resonating with you, by all means, leave the motherfucking platform. And don't let the door hit you where the good God put a crack in you. Okay? Okay? Go to Corey Good's channel, go to Will Cox's channel where they can blow smoke up your ass. Excuse my language. My bad. They could all smoke a blunt up your behind. Let them go blow the purple smoke up your behind. Okay? They can give you the exact amount of information you need that sits in your alignment. Okay? This is for those who are bowdy, who are ready to get on and get out of here. Who are ready to get out of this dark hole of hell that we've been existing with psychopaths. The most psychopathic, dark people on this prison planet. Nobody wants to be here with these sickos who sit here and who encourage you to take off your genitalia, tell you when you're a man, you're a woman, you're a man, tell you that your child has to get his whole penis, his skin stripped off of his body. When every time you go to a dentist, they want to take teeth out of your mouth, telling you don't need them. Who want to take organs out of your body because they say they're not necessary. No, we want to be around people that are a little more rational and healthy, that actually want to be harmonious with the planet and the people around them. Okay?
Yes, lights. It's the holiday season. I guess this is called Vlogmas.
They are here, y'all. Oh boy. So tonight I'm going to show, I wish I could show the video now. Yesterday on the 3rd, what was it, the 3rd? No, the day before the 3rd, they rolled in on top of our mountains. They've been coming down. The drones are just scouts, y'all. They are here. They are dressed up in people suits. Now they may look like brown people, they not, but I know for a fact that some of them are wearing lunar suits because a lot of these are brown. Okay? For those who came in, I am wearing a biosuit. I am wearing a radiation suit because of all the radiation that is here. A lot of you are feeling sick. So if you are having breathing issues, if you're having diarrhea, if you're having
okay, I think enough of this.
Coughing, just look up radiation exposure, okay? So I want you to look it up because I could be crazy. I could be all kinds of mad. I could be insane. So go look up the radiation exposure and what it causes, okay? So when you're seeing them pumping out here that there's a new virus X, there's a new pneumonia coming on, look at the side effects of a lot of radiation, okay? You gotta make sure that you are checking on your animals, okay? Because they are exposed to just as much radiation, and their endocrine system and their organs can't handle it as much. So pay attention to your animals. If you can get a little blanket that is for them, like a silver blanket, they make them. They're expensive though, but I think if you guys are crafty, you can make them yourselves. Make a little thing for your animals, your dogs. Make sure you're not giving them canned foods because again, you got cans. If you're giving your dogs canned foods and there's a lot of metal leaching into those into their food, it's going to cause problems. So just make sure that you you know, take care of the amount of metals in them. There's forms of chelation you can do for animals. It's not as aggressive, but it will help. You can make little blankets with them with the little
Um,
silver that's protective. EMF covers you can put on the doggies, or they have the doggy suits. I mean, those are for those who are like animals. If you don't like animals, this conversation is not for you.
Christmas is shaping up well. I'm very thankful that everyone's healthy and happy. That's my gift. As long as everyone's in good health and we're happy, that's what's most important to me. I'm most thankful that my mother is in good health. My daughters are in good health. My grandbaby is good. My son is amazing. My brother's alive. My ex-husband's. What else can I say? Everyone's good. Right now I'm watching about aliens. I don't know, I believe they would be here to help. I don't know, I believe that aliens are insects. They're already here. They're beings that are here with us. Insects. Ants, praying mantises, spiders. We have a fear of them, but we still need to appreciate them.
Unpack it all slowly over time because it would be way too much for me now. I wouldn't understand it at all. To just, you know. But to go back to your original question, it was for me practicing the out of body state was based off, you could say, intuition, the intuitive, me following my inner compass of guidance. And it just so happens to be that it worked out very successfully because it's also been done in the past as well through through other experiences here within this country too. So it's like that information is already imprinted within the soul, imprinted within your body, and so you can naturally know all things. Like everybody right here, right now, has the ability to know all things. You already the all-knowing being of everything. You're just in forgetfulness of how to access that. And right now, like I said, with the light spectrum, all information is in we'll just call it the energetic field of all things.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here live. That's why you have me. You subscribed.
With the field of all things. So everybody has access to it, they just don't know where to look. And, that's getting into with your intuition and stuff.
It's interesting when I listen to you. My childhood experiences were similar but of a different nature. Is that I frequently would also in bed, by the way, make myself enter the field of all that is, like, everything and nothing, the source of all creation, if you will, there is no form. There's literally no form. There's just all that is energy.
Okay,
And that
guys.
was my go-to place. It wasn't,
I'm just
everything that you described, I haven't seen those realms.
chilling
Now,
here
having
watching
experienced that over and over and
unexplained
teaching
theories.
others, in terms of consistency, is it like, if you were to compare it, is it like somebody traveling to, let's just say, the same vacation destination and just exploring it more and deeper, or does it change over time, or how is that for you?
Okay, so the when you're coming out of your body, or I'll just say specifically when you're on the other side, it doesn't change. There's a foundation of creation that is constant. Now, the effort for changing things, which is what a lot of people get stuck into when they experience this maybe once or twice, and this took me a long time to figure out myself, is when you are out of the body, the constantly changing variables are you accessing thought forms and potential time events. And that took me a long time to figure out what the hell I was seeing and how to navigate that correctly. Because when you come out, you're not only seeing what's taking place here. So
Same thing. Oh my god. I want to start by saying this thing.
Burt's Bees moisturizes with a tingle of peppermint oil that feels like in an Arctic mountain, you whispered peppermint secrets to your lips. ASMR style. Yeah, feels kind of like that. Burt's Bees, a touch of wonder.
Get festive with all the savings at DG.
Fall in love with this hill country inspired home in San Antonio's newest master plan community. Let's find out.
I had cabbage,
What's going on, family?
potatoes,
Let's
and
also
sausage
do a and if you've been
with
looking for a
yellow
brand new
peppers
home
and
in a great
onions.
community, well, guess what? You probably overlooked this neighborhood. You can be forgiven for that. You know, this development is still in its earlier stages, but guys, don't sleep on this spot because it's in one of our city's best and most convenient locations. Right here in Castroville on San Antonio's far west side, you'll enjoy a community with that small town vibe that feels like you're living way off in Texas Hill Country. But you're just minutes away from all of the great shopping, dining, and big city amenities that the Alamo City has to offer. With great schools nearby, today's community, Megan's Landing, is perfect for families. So as we get this tour started, I want to begin first by letting you know exactly the details of this amazing home. This is the My Room Plant by Ashton Woods with more than 3,100 square feet across 1 story, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and it's been so thoughtfully designed for you to enjoy every convenience that comes with the main floor room. We're going to start.
How about you?
Part of the home in the kitchen, so you can appreciate some of the upgrades and thought and care that have been put into this model. How stunning is this design? Was that right or was that right? We've got 12-foot ceilings in here with floor-to-ceiling cabinetry with these mission-style doors and these beautiful woodland accents running full width of this room. It all creates such a timeless, classic vibe, and that's sometimes hard to achieve in a real modern layout. They've done it perfectly here, especially with this lighter white oak finish.
Okay, I'll come live again. Bye.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now this is a massive item. Gives you so